Welcome dear learners. We have started the topic Ghee, and from the same topic, that is the Ghee, we are learning the new methods which are used for the preparation of Ghee. Till today, we have seen the history of Ghee, then the definition of Ghee, composition of Ghee, the methods of ghee preparations. First method that we have already seen, that is the desi or the country method. Then creamery butter method. We have also seen in detail the various points which is given here in this flow diagram of the creamery butter method, and direct clarification. So far we have completed 3 methods, that is the desi method or the country method, then creamery butter method, and the third one, direct clarification method. And here today in this lecture we are going to see in detail about the pre-stratification method. So how the pre-stratification method is different from the rest of the method, and the how. So let's see about the pre-stratification method. Here the first point is the milk. First point is the milk. You know very well that the milk which is plain sweet, that milk is taken for the preparation of ghee. Then the warming, that is the preheating to the 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. Then the separation of cream, means the cream is separated from this milk, and after the cream separation it is standardized to 38 to 40% of fat, and then this cream is pasteurized to kill the microorganisms present into that cream, so it will become safe for the human consumption. And then it is cooling to the 5 to 7 degrees Celsius and aging for 5 to 6 hours. And after the cooling is over, this cream is taken for the churning process. And when the churning is completed, it converts to the butter. And then this butter is break into a small slice and it is taken into a butter melter, where it is allowed to melt. The temperature of this butter melter is generally maintained at 80 degrees Celsius, and due to this high temperature, this butter get melt. After when this butter is melted, it is transferred to a ghee boiler, where this butter is allowed to boil. And when this butter boils, so it forms, and when after the boiling of this butter, it is kept 80 degrees Celsius, and it is kept for 15 to 30 minutes. Means this vessel is kept for 15 to 30 minutes as it is without disturbing. So what will happen? 3 distinct layers will form, and formation of these layers is called as the stratification. Strata means layer, and when 3 layers are formed, this is called as the pre-stratification method. The first layer is curdy mass, which is formed over the surface of that butter or that ghee. Okay, and the middle part is called as the fat, whereas the lowermost part, that is the bottom part, is called as the buttermilk syrup. So these three layers are formed when butter is melted to 80 degrees Celsius in ghee boiler and it is kept as it is for 15 to 30 minutes. And so these three layers are formed. Okay. After the formation of these three layers, that is the curdy mass, which is the topmost layer, the middle layer is called as the fat, and whereas the bottom layer is of the buttermilk syrup. So these three layers are generally formed. When these three layers are formed here, the bottom layer is discarded mechanically. It means by opening the tap of that ghee boiler, the bottom layer is mechanically removed from this ghee boiler. This discarded layer, that is the bottom layer, generally contains 80% of moisture and 60 to 70% of SNF, that is the solid not fat content. And when this bottom layer is discarded, the remaining part is, that is the top and middle layer, that is boiled for the regular temperature at as it was boiled in the previous method, that is up to the 114 degrees Celsius. And after the boiling, when the boiling process is over, this is allowed for the filtration, and in this way again these two layers, that is the top layer and the middle layer. Top layer is with we have already seen the top layer is of the curdy mass, whereas the middle layer is of the fat, and these are removed by the using the filtration. So in this way, the three layers that we have separated, the first layer which is the bottom layer, that we have separated mechanically, okay, and the remaining two layers that we have separated by the filtration process, and the final product which is obtained, that is called as the ghee. Now let's see once again the meaning of the pre-stratification. Pre-stratification means the formation of strata. Strata means layers. Three layers are generally forms, and the formation of these three layers is called as the pre-stratification. So which layers are formed and when these layers are formed? When the butter is taken into a ghee boiler and it is allowed to boil. When it starts to boil, the heating is stopped, or just 80 degrees Celsius temperature is maintained, and it is maintained for 15 to 30 minutes. When it is, suppose this is the ghee boiler. Suppose this is the ghee boiler into which we have taken the butter for the preparation of the ghee, and it is heated, it is melted, and the temperature is maintained to 80 degrees Celsius. So what will happen? And this temperature is maintained to 15 to 30 minutes. So when the 15 to 30 minutes 80 degrees Celsius temperature is maintained here in this ghee boiler, what will happen? Three distinct layers will form here in ghee boiler, and the name of the layers are the curdy mass. First one is the topmost layer, that is called as the curdy mass. The middle one is called as the fat layer, and the bottom layer is called as the buttermilk syrup. Okay, So this buttermilk serum is the bottom layer and it is mechanically removed. It means they, by using the tap which is provided to that ghee boiler, by opening that tap, this and by using the gravity, this buttermilk is removed from this ghee boiler, which consists of 80% of moisture. It means this buttermilk serum consists of the 80% of moisture and 70% of solid, not fat. It is drained off from the bottom of fat. As I told you earlier, it is drained off. It is removed. It is removed from this ghee boiler by opening the tap. It means that when this layer is removed from this ghee boiler, just two layers are remaining here. Okay, that is the curdy mass and the fat. The middle part is called as the fat, and this is the curdy mass. Okay, after removing this part, only two layers are remaining here. Okay, two layers are remaining here. Now try to understand the definition of stratification. As I told you earlier, it means the formation of layers. These layers are formed here, that is the curdy mass first layer, fat second layer, buttermilk third layer. Okay, so formation of these layers is called as the pre-stratification method. Stratification, okay, stratification means the formation of layer, and therefore this method is called as or known as the pre-stratification method. Means in these methods the various layers are allowed to form. It means it is kept for 15 to 30 minutes as it is without disturbing. Therefore, three distinct layers are formed. And when these layers are formed, one by one layer is removed from this ghee boiler, and therefore it's become very easy to remove the clear cut fat from this ghee boiler. So this is the pre-stratification method. So in this way we may understand the pre-stratification method. Just keep it in mind. The stratification means the formation of layers. It means in a ghee boiler, the three distinct layers are formed, and the formation of these layers is called as stratification. Okay, so in this way, the ghee is prepared by the pre-stratification methods, means by the formation of different layers, and each layer is separated or removed from the ghee boiler. Okay, so till today this is enough. In coming lecture we are going to see in detail the next method. Also so far we have completed the four different method of ghee preparation. That is, the first one is the desi method or the country method. Second one was the creamery butter method. Third one was the direct clarification method, and this is the fourth one, that is the pre-stratification method. So in this way we have completed four methods, and in coming lecture we are going to see in detail the last method. Okay, so thank you very much.